Hello, folks, and welcome to the demo of Elin. Elin? I'll full screen the game now in a moment. Announcement, Elin updates and news. Welcome to Elin's demo. Welcome to the Elin demo. The content in this demo reflects the state of the game as of 2nd December 2024, and is subject to significant updates in the future. There are limitations in the demo version. Players can only earn up to 10 feat points levels. The base level is capped at 3. Network features are disabled. Take your time and enjoy exploring the world of Iova. It's still in early access, it's under heavy development. So, config. Okay. All the pick harvested stuff. I remember having a little look at these. At this menu earlier, and that sticks out to me. Also, if you go credit here, they outright have the video policy in the game. The first one I've seen to do that. So that is a fair warning. I didn't actually take a look at it. Browse local files. Where did it say it was? Credits.txt. My game folder. Ah, they use Kevin MacLeod music. That's cool. In Computech? A lot of these I don't recognize, so I just hope I won't get my ass reamed here. But Elin, I know very little about this game other than it seemed interesting. It was a roguelike, people talk about having a shop in it, and weird randomized quests. So, let's have a look. Letter of disembarkation. Are we prepared to leave? So this character creation. Freytoni, ancient rock. Birth 9th to 22nd, 460, age 25. He's 150 cm, 45 kg. Father, old drunkard. Mother, sad idiot. Birthplace, some altar in a lively town. Nomads of South Tyris without a homeland, the juror often drift into banditry, making them notorious in Tyris. They cherish freedom, load constraints, and prioritize personal autonomy. Gifted with dexterous hands, sharp senses, and high learning ability, they're masters of all trades. They can earn their living through performances and survive on minimal sustenance. He's a pianist. Pianists, the solitary professionals, make a living through their performances. Always burdened with their pianos, they are remarkably capable to carry heavy loads. The inherent traits that the races in Iova have passed down through generations. You've become capable of taking enough nutrients from small amounts of food. Trait acquired over years working in a specialist profession. Enhanced performance quality, bonus performance reward. Oh, the destiny. Night in the meadow. So here's the list. The lists. Here's the list of races. Yeah. Earls, the people of the rising new kingdom in Sierra Terre, trace their lineage back to the slaves who escaped from Ilderna. Harboring deep-seated hatred towards the Empire and everything it represents, they established the pinnacle of mechanical civilizations in Sierra. Gifted with heightened learning capacity, adept in handling mechanized armaments, they acquire feats faster than any other races. Investing. Negotiation. And these are the empire they fled from. One of the most ancient nations in Sierra Tere, Elderna wields vast knowledge of magic and magical weaponry. Recognized and feared as the desert empire by the world, they bear a sense of chosen destiny, proving that only they are worthy of steering the world's course. They're cruel perfectionists. Eldernians are skilled in magic and magical tools, making them apt for caster and intermediate professions. Delicate, frail, and fleeting. Fairies boast higher magical prowess, evasion, and unmatched speed compared to humans. They hold high resistance to nearly all elements. However, their physical frailty limits them from wearing gear heavier than 1S, making bolstering defenses a challenge. A single substantial physical attack can place them in peril. The hill folk are a stout and rugged race of short stature. Dwarves. Once they built grand cities of gold and gems deep beneath the earth, but much of those splendors now remains only as ruins inhabited by dangerous monsters. Possessing advanced mining and crafting skills, their compact, sturdy bodies are equipped to thrive in the darkest and most toxic of environments. They have a profound love for alcohol and can summon strength beyond their usual capabilities when they drink. Ella. Among the oldest and most mysterious races in Sierra Tere, the Ella are serene, mystical, and beautiful beings. For in isolation, they live peacefully in forests. They have resistance to aether and vast magical powers, with the capability to mitigate damage from magical backlash. Little is known about the Chaos Shape, also referred to as the Deformed Ones. They barely retain a human form. Chaos Shapes acquire new body parts as they grow, but what emerges is unpredictable. The snail is a notably sluggish creature, frail, weak, clumsy, and devoid of learning aptitude. They can be dissolved by salt. Lich. Immortal undead endowed with immense intelligence and magic, Lich possesses greater mana and meditation skills than other races, where they lack the physical stamina for direct combat. While Liches are resistant to several elements, they are vulnerable to fire. You can also prostitute yourself. I can understand fairies having a high charisma. Bonded with magic. It's tempting to go for the dwarves. It's also tempting to go for... Actually, wait, am I Euros or... I'm Jer, yeah. Tempted switching to these, because investing sounds interesting. But stealth, spot hidden, travel. I looked at the tutorial and you're meant to feel overwhelmed in this game. Sure, we'll switch that. Just need to... I need to check this voice message. Could be important. Okay, I've major time constraint. Let's just take a quick look here. Warrior. Use their bodies as weapons. Relentlessly destroying obstacles in their path. While they may not be adept at wielding magic, their impressive combat prowess is undeniable. Thief. Farmers, professional, skilled in production. Resilient and possess a fair amount of physical ability. Archers. War mage. Intermediate class between warriors and mages with a focus on melee combat. Master magic, they must strike a balance and grow in both areas. Tourist. Traditional class this world, and they're predictably fragile. Vacation vibe. So I'm just imagining Samwise from Core Magic. I don't remember the character's name. All I remember from that movie was I had a near rincewind experience, says Death. Pianist. Priest. Waving faith allows them to receive maximum blessings from the gods they serve. Magical abilities and hand-to-hand combat. Shield, heavy armor. Okay, I'm starting to feel paladin vibes. That's interesting. Weightlifting. Alright. Let's carry more stuff. Current 5, potential 150. Convince someone gave you better deals, lowers the money needed to invest in shops. Platinum coin discount when training, learns feats faster. Ode to Destiny. Can't manual save and load is disabled. Ode of Eternity. Granted the Fate feat at start of journey, manual save will be disabled. If you die, everything will be lost. So this just prevents you from save scumming. This... It seems like if you die, you don't die in either... fully die in either case. This just makes death more punishing. An ode will be too burdensome for you as a mere mortal. And you don't take a vow. We'll stay with Ode of Destiny. Yeah, Knight in Metal will stay with that. Oh, it's just a reroll. Shit. I was happy with what I had. Shame. On dress. We'll leave him as this. So, I'll be back in a bit to actually start this. Talk to you then. May need to lower music. Not sure. Seems okay-ish right now. Hello, folks, and I've returned. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Now, I'm curious at a button I saw here. Turn on this ray on... turn this on to unlock extra classes, races and classes for season adventures. With an array of unique choices, recommended you first become comfortable with the adventure using starting races and classes. Ooh, Paladin is actually a thing here. So there's Gunner. There's Inquisitors, clergy passionate about rooting out heresy and other faiths. It's good to use firearms and excel in agile maneuvers with light equipment. They can excommunicate adversaries, stripping them of divine grace. And unlike the priest, cannot use holy magic. Paladins are zealous warriors who swear fealty to their deity, wield two-handed weapons, and are always at the forefront of battle protecting their allies. Paladins of Jor are particularly renowned for their devoutness and bravery. Executioner are hereditary experts in execution. Appointed by king through generations, they are well versed in weapons, the human body, and the knowledge of iron balls to carry out execution smoothly. They embrace that and can harness their full power when standing on the brink of death. Sword Sage are spiritual practitioners who traverses the spirit world and mortal realm, wielding power to repel malevolent spirits, skilled in the art of curses and divination, the master technique of enhancing weapons with talismans infused with spells. Witches manipulate the secrets of alchemy and make a living by concocting mysterious potions. Also rich in magical knowledge, making them quite troublesome adversaries with their penchant for throwing potions, casting curses, and using magical artifacts. They lead carefree lives with their black cats, selling potions to townsfolk, traveling the world on their brooms. Way to which is not implemented. So, don't play it yet. Wraith, Immortal Undead. Okay, very much like the Lich. But Very much same description as the witch. Different stat lines, though. They also have a great, or more of a light eater, and have a mana body. Golems. Compared to other races, both vastly superior physical strength. However, as a trade-off, their mana and speed are notably inferior. Are strong resistance to poison, are immune to bleeding, and possess the advantage of not succumbing to a state of being dazed. Mifu. A hybrid race of human, fox-human who live quietly in a corner of Tyris. Unlike their sister race, Nifu, they're characterized by their white hair and fur, and large fluffy ears that stand up straight. They're cheerful and mischievous, and while they aren't particularly resilient, they make up for it with their outstanding knowledge of blessings and curses. Red hair and fur, ample bosoms, and fluffy tails that increase in number as they age. Nefu are fox-human, are a hybrid fox-human race. Similar to Mifu, they reside far from human settlements. However, their striking beauty, combined with their distinctive spell sword combat style, has become a topic of fascination among adventurers. Known by the alias Lunar and Moonlit Kins, Succubi are said to appear by one's bedside on beautiful moonlit nights, tempting humans with their allure. The reality of this is whether the moon is out or not, day or night, they simply adore pleasurable experiences. They possess both high charisma and magic, growing stronger by indulging in sensations of pleasure. Demigods are the offspring of a god incarnate who descended to the earth and mingled with humans. Most of them are the product of the god's whims, and it is rare for them to realize their own origins or unique abilities. They possess beauty akin to that of the gods, well-balanced skills, strong vitality, and mana. 7 across the board, but 10 in charisma. And they don't have a node next to it, which I imagine is denoting passion. Ooh. Base potential in charisma is 80, but because we have this, it's 45. 10. Interesting. Okay, we'll give it a try with this as a pianist. Your current oath of destiny, forbids manual saving and loading. Will you start your journey with this oath? Yes, it's the one way to make me not save scum. A long time ago, now forgotten, the remnants of many civilizations are buried in the earth, and the 11th era of Yova began with scars of the Ram Edo still unmended. Wasn't sure how much time I had, so I would have hummed over the pronunciation longer. The fires of war started by the ancient desert empire soon spread over the world and brought a long period of confusion to Yova. After losing the Siren airship on the western continent, the empire gradually withdrew from various regions. Humans celebrated the first victory and peace they'd won, and people once again returned to their serene lives. However, they never forgot the betrayal of Eos, who had remained quiet during the war. Eventually, 15 years passed. You're awake. No, lie down still. You're out cold for a while. It is fortunate that we found you before too late. Never wise for human to step into the forests of Heya, especially in the midst of a night like this when the wind is strong and the trees are astir. Now that we brought you here, and it seems we are losing a night. Now how we brought you here, and it seems we're losing a night of our urgent journey. Not that I'm complaining. Well, not much. At least my companion is content with his unexpected break. Are you a traveler? Or what brings you to Mycelia? Am I prying too much, eh? Well, sleep for now. Sleep well for now. There's always calm when you truly need it. For there's always calm when you truly need it. So this is where our story begins. Ash was as sarcastic as ever, but he seemed more pleased than I was, with the little break you unintentionally gave us. The fate that lay ahead of Mycelia, the truth of the world and choice we have made, and the scars it has brought to Yova. Unaware of what is yet to come, we gaze at the flames of the bonfire, waiting patiently for dawn to break. So our mysterious guest finally wakes up. His forge is right by the bonfire, already getting cold though. Come to me when you're filled. We need to talk. Good morning, sleepyhead. Don't worry, you're not hallucinating. I'm Nirun, your guide here to assist you on your journey. Well, you seem like you've just woken up, so for today I'll just give you this, a adventure log. And it will let you replay our conversations anytime you want. Well, until we meet again then. Processed food, characterized as soup, it is edible, fragrant. For perception. What's gonna happen to my cilia now? Oak bandages. Adventure log. Fireproof, acid-proof, precious, made of paper. Jesus, self-harm is a skill. Damage your own body and inflict further side effects. The last card to play when there's nothing you can do. Are you alright? Thanks for saving me. Don't need to thank me, you were on my way. I thought you were gone when I found you in the forest. I'm glad you're okay. Questions? What is it? What is the forest? On the eastern continent, across the sea from Tyris, there is a deep forest where people never set foot in. An old forest where Ellis dwell. Poison the trees breed out, takes away man's rationality and eventually lead them to death. The forest is called Vindale, or the other forest. Still remain a few old forests in this continent as well. They don't take human lives like the forest of Vindale does, but they're dangerous places nonetheless. Are you feeling a little better? First things first, you've earned this. The man tosses you a piece of parchment. Don't worry about it, it's just my quota. Although a deed for land sounds like a good thing to have, that anyone gives a damn these days. Throw it at the bonfire if you like, for all I care. Tastes not bad, rub your stomach around satisfied look, you sigh, too full to move now. The face of a girl as beautiful as an Elin. So you seem to be intact. I'm Ashland, on our way to the royal capital of Palnai with my companion. Aren't from around here, are you? I suppose I could spare some time to teach you the way of living in this land before we part, if you wish, of course. What is land deed? Oh, that paper? That is land deed. Vasili's looking for pioneers, and we're giving away land for free to promising adventurers. Well, of course, houses and people don't just pop up from nowhere. We're carving away through bushes, and there's no one to protect the land from rogues and vicious creatures. Eventually, you have to pay taxes too. I'm not gonna lie, Famia and I serve Massilia, and Massilia needs alloys and coins. So my secret intention here is to emphasize the favor we've done for you, and I hope you might be driven to make a blooming town or two for us. He grins at you gleefully. This place actually doesn't look bad for a new settlement. Why don't you go and find a good spot and read the deed? Teach me the way of living. What do you want to learn? Picking and using items. First, let me tell you how to pick up and use items. Items on the ground can be picked up automatically while walking on them, but place items such as furniture must first be held in your hand by right-clicking on them. When you are holding an item, you can right-click on the ground to place it again, or on yourself to put it in your backpack. Picking up items placed in town requires the art of stealing, but there's no need to learn it for now. Click the inventory icon at the lower right corner to open your backpack. Items in your backpack can be moved freely by dragging. Items, food, and books can be used directly by right-clicking. You can also middle-click or R to an item display all actions you can perform. Slots in the lower screen toolbar can be easily swapped with the mouse wheel, making it easy to switch between frequently used items and tools. Gathering fatigue. For the time being, natural resources will be central to your life. While mushrooms and berries are a valuable source of food, you can cut down trees and process stones to make furniture and buildings. You can try to collect resources on the map by right-clicking on them, but note that some require tools like an axe or a pickaxe to harvest. Certain activities such as collecting consume your stamina. Natural healing stops your stamina your fatigue build-up, and there's a risk of fainting. Natural healing stops as your fatigue build up, and there is a risk of fainting if you keep moving. There are a few ways to cover from fatigue, so be careful when you're not strong enough. If you are too tired to walk, a night's sleep in bed will relieve the fatigue. If you cannot find a bed, try meditating. Craft. Facilities such as bonfires and workbenches can be used to craft items if you've required ingredients. The initial range of items you can craft is limited, but to obtain new recipes through your journey, we have to craft a variety of useful items. When crafting, you can use ingredients in your backpack and in distant containers so long as they belong to you. If you lack the necessary crafting skills, you will consume a lot of stamina. So I recommend you first hone your skills by crafting simple items for trying high-level recipes. Questions? What's the Elin girl I saw? What, you saw an Elin girl in the woods? Ah, you must have seen Heya in the days. She's still here somewhere. She's the one who found you when you collapsed. Heya is a human, but you're on first guess wrong. She is the voices of forests. I recall her muttering something strange a while ago. That it was a girl in her dream which brought us here. I wonder what she meant. What is Nafia? There are many unexplored ruins scattered around Tyris, and we call them Nafia. It is rumored that ancient treasures lie dormant in the depths of Nafia, but it would be wise to avoid rushing into exploration unless to consider yourself a adventurer with considerable skill. Bye. By your hair travelers called Ashlyn and Heya when he lost consciousness in the woods. Man who serves Massilia handed you a contract paper, which according to him you can read on any unoccupied map to claim the land. So, meat on bone. Fireproof, apparently. Oh yeah, if you eat something, you can boost your charisma. This is this, but you can get a lesser bonus from... Basically, there's a great food to eat, but there's greater difficulty in getting it. You can get a lesser chance of a bonus, lesser chance of a lesser bonus from this other stuff that's much easier to get. I remember reading that on the wiki. I know very little about this game, other than the little bits I've seen. Wow, you move fast. Sure our character's male? So, it's these two. Today we're going to give new adventurers a quick lesson on how to survive in North Tyris. First, click on the ground to move around. You can also click on people to start a conversation. Talk to me when you're ready. Did you receive a land deed from Ash? With the deed, you can establish your home here. Click on the bag icon and open the bag. Right-click on deed to read it. You can also establish a home. Try work on request posts on bulletin board. Click stones and plants on the ground by right-clicking them. Pay attention to the remains of green stamina bar. If you're enough stamina, start taking damage every time you act. Sleeping in a comfortable bed restores more stamina. Why don't you make a grass bed first? Once you get used to living in your home, it's time for you to explore the world. You can buy livestock and recruit new residents in towns. Free to do rest, proceed with quests, and the main story if you like. Various events will occur as your home develops. Good luck, adventurer. You can do it. You can do it. And then there's this, and it's too much I don't understand. Found traditions of classic roguelikes, games designed to be deliberately unkind. In fact, it's perfectly normal to feel like there's too much you don't understand. So, I haven't done too many classic roguelikes. So this is rather new to me. It's instructable. Useful. Good morning, sleepyhead. Wish I could move around the map. Like, just like zoom out kind of thing. You call this horde? Okay, I don't get this in the slightest. Brah. panties. Bouncing mushrooms. I think there's a bit of symbolism here I'm meant to get. Yeah, this ain't a bad place to set up shop. So you made up your mind to live on this land. Wish you well in your new home. I'm giving you one of my precious companions for a gift. What kind of animal do you like? Oh yeah, it's this game. It's this game. A dog, a cat, a bear, a little girl. Alright, take good care of it. No judge. She's fine with giving me a lolly. Fantastic. If you get separated from companions, call them back from a tavern in a nearby town. Let me story the ugly beast. Once upon a time, there was a prince whose magic was transformed into an ugly beast. Sparing of his appearance, he abandoned his country and lived in a hut in the forest. A woman ran into the hut and fell down one day. She was wounded by a wolf. The prince hesitated but took care of the woman anyway. She, of course, was frightened by the sight of the man and wept. As days passed, she began to notice kindness in the man. She was touched by his sincerity and the pain he was carrying. But from her injuries, she decided to live with the man. Overcame many difficulties together, and in the end, the curse on the prince was lifted. The two married and lived happily ever after. A story that is everywhere. When I was a child, Master Tyris told me the story over and over again. Such a sad ending, he said. I wonder what he felt and what he wanted to tell me in this fairy tale humans wrote. 1, 2. Questions. Congratulations, the land is now yours. Celebrate your new beginning, I'll give you a hatchet. With great use to you as you work your way through the land. And these are 10 gold bars. Relief supplies provided by Miss Celia. Gold bars are a useful resource that can be used to hire residents and can also be exchanged for various items essential to the development of your home. For me, I carry some beginner home furnishings in custody, so don't forget to buy them. We're going to stay here for a while longer and see how it develops. Hey, I feel a little responsible for having kindled your pioneering spirit. Post some quests on the bulletin board. Take a look when you have time. Limited stock recipe of watchfire. Practice chest. It being called practice sounds like you like for lockpicking. Resident board, home board, kitten bank, piggy bank, grass window, sculpting table, tax evasion. Technology to conceal income and deceive tax officials, allowing for a reduction in the taxes levied. The combined skill value from all bases is utilized. Millstone. That could be well worth. Want to know how to use the axe? If you click on the bag icon on the screen, it'll show you your inventory, right? From there, find the axe and right-click on it to equip it. Once you're holding the axe, right-click on a tree on the ground, and you'll be able to chop it down. Huh? You already knew that? Well, don't worry, everyone starts out as a beginner. By the way, you see number slots on the screen? If you drag and drop the axe into one of the slots, you can easily switch between tools using mouse wheels. Really convenient. Yeah, I guess you knew that too. I thought so, but just in case. Just in case, right? Oh, then. Mine wooden walls. Alright, you got a log. Logs, or I should say Mr. Log, are the most basic crafting materials. They're also excellent for things like campfire fuel. But that's not all. By processing Mr. Log, you can upgrade it into planks. Huh? How do you process it? Well, why don't you ask Mr. Log yourself? The hint is processing equipment. Oh, and by the way, you can also process stones into cut stone, so keep that in mind too. Have to like grab it, then put it away, grab it, put it away. It's that's gonna throw me. You need this to run your base, or their craftsmanship and build a house. Tabs like this, you might as well train for combat. Can recruit people. I can hire a prostitute, a thief, a tourist, a producer. As you build your base here, you must know about shared container. Shared container is a vital piece of equipment for your residents to live and work in. Listen carefully as I'm going to explain it once. Containers such as crates and barrels have a concept of permissions. Normally, only you can move in items in and out of a container, but you can change it to a shared container by clicking the lock icon on the right side of the container. Shared containers are accessible to residents and party members. Those who are hungry will scavenge for food in the containers. Find good equipment, they may take it out. The materials they need for work, they will be consumed automatically. So keep an eye on the remaining capacity of the shared container, as residents may deliver work materials or the stuff they found. I'll go and give you this box, which is a reward for this quest. Set it on the ground and try to turn it into a shared container. Crafting is an essential skill for life and adventure. Your goal is to build a house in this land, but first you need to learn the basics first. Not a specialist, but I'll share with you what I know of craftsmanship. Alright, let's start by making a workbench. A workbench is a fundamental piece of equipment for crafting, and with it, you can also craft makeshift floors and walls for your first house. You can create a workbench on the spot using the quick craft ability you already know. First gather logs by chopping down nearby trees, then use quick craft to make the workbench. Ah yes, remember the workbench needs to be placed on the ground to be used. Make sure to set it up in a suitable location once it's completed. Doesn't hurt to learn how to handle a weapon or two in these troubled times. Many of these creatures you encounter in the field will attack you on sight. You can see the strength of the enemy by hovering your mouse over their target. Whilst fighting strong enemies until you're well equipped. First, a quick practical training. I have a passing punk tied up behind the bulletin board. Creature can't move when restrained, so just keep your distance and wait for your life to regain when you're in danger. Now, don't be shy. Go beat up those punks your heart's content. Jesus Christ. The thing we're not, like, if he's hung up like that, he's already dead or he's trashing and dying. So presumably I'm gonna assume he's done in some way to just be restrained. I know he knows a bit of magic, and there's an invisible box here. Bazleta, the little girl, formidable. I'm the one in danger. A decade of coding that doesn't offer much protection. And I don't even seem to have pants. Oren. That's a currency I've heard in a few things. Let's beat the bound punk to death and report back to Ashland. Come on, baby. Oh, you're nuts. She's very happy. I just start cutting down the tree and she just beats the guy to death. I guess that's stamina. You look tired, are you okay? Best way to recover from fatigue is a good night's sleep in a comfy bed. When you get enough sleep, you might get new recipe ideas, train your potentials, might even learn magic in your dreams. If you made a bad yet, you can use meditation to sleep. It's an effective sleeping in bed though. Through meditation, your natural recovery of health and magic power increases. So it's good to rest through meditation after a battle. Just careful if you're overworked or starving. Natural recovery stops altogether. Okay, that's it for now. Make sure to get plenty of sleep. Well done. Stupid enemies like punks are not scary because they only launch simple attacks. However, there are enemies that attack from range or enemies that have troublesome abilities if you attack them directly. The next training target is Wild Boar. Can I tie it up one behind the building board? Like the punk, a Wild Boar is a simple Wild Boar's simple opponent, but the fighting ability of wild animals cannot be underestimated. If you set up a close encounter, you'll probably end up getting hit in the back. For such an opponent, long-range attacks are essential. I'll give you several tools, so try to defeat the boar with some ingenuity. Remember, items can be thrown. Awesome. I know how to make string now. And sound bolt. There's a second gallows here. Oh, fuck. You pervert. Am I hanging? Yeah, I started hanging myself. Not what I intended. Where's my health? Not feeling too good. Yeah, she started beating the shit out of me too. The girl is scary. Brilliant. Now you no longer have a problem with opponents who simply push you with brute force. Opponents like wild boars are relatively easy to deal with, but they can surround you, cut you off your retreat, or even leave you stranded depending on the situation. Important not to be overconfident and have the means to lead battle at any time. For further training, I'll set you a goal. The goal is defeat 100 enemies, no matter what they are. North Tyris is full of dangerous monsters and rogues. You have no difficulty finding 100 or 200 of them. The number of enemies you defeat is tracked in the journal, so check it if you lost your count. I want you to look for a puppy. It's not that I dislike humans, but I always found a deeper connection with animals. I often ended up taming animals I come across whenever traveling. Before we arrived here, a cute little puppy grew attached to me. Followed us everywhere. The puppy, curious as was, ran off after something while we were resting and didn't come back. There was a cave near where we were resting at the time. I'm worried that the puppy might have wandered deep into it. It's not a very dangerous place, so can you go look for the little one? The cave is just more west of here. So, let us continue. 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking of grabbing these, because I have a quest board, but I don't have those. 5 food recipes, level 5. Millstone. I'm not sure of the benefit of a watchfire. Sarcastic as ever. It seems to always want to be at that angle. Unless it's a walk around kind of thing. No. Government plants on this land, the crop yield will be negatively affected. Next tax payment is in 18 days. The levy may be around 500. 2 residents. Active for 1 day. Land where income is not taxed. Up to 3 tax-free lands can be designated within a faction. Well, that's concerning. I was hoping I'd have more time before that's the case. Well, at least we know now. Here's the list of residents at your base. Do you see the briefcase icon next to their names? Hover over it, you can see their hobbies and jobs. Residents of various jobs. Some improve the security or fertility of your base. Others produce valuable items. Or if your environment isn't right, residents won't do their jobs. Jobs are shown in yellow, currently impossible to perform. Usually if you place the right furniture for the job at your base, they'll start working. For example, a bookshelf is needed for research jobs. The efficiency of their work will increase as the residents grow. The quality of their beds also affects efficiency. It's a good idea to have 1 bed for each resident. She's a lumberjack. And she likes doing chores. Okay, what are we? So I guess we are some sort of animal person. Alright. So we have our gig is blacksmith, and our hobby is garbology. Alright. Alright. They never specified they were non-human, so I just kind of assumed they were human. But maybe that's a wrong thought. Wow, you come with some actual equipment, unlike myself. Okay, gonna be favor the element. Okay, I'm really liking this game. This is actually really... I know, it's scratching something. I do like it. Okay. Grab. Place. I guess maybe there's currency that I can deposit. Ah, here's orange. Oh god, we've just access to everything here. combustible waste, combustible waste, non-combustible compost. Oh, we see that in like mangas and stuff. They're separating their waste as combustible, non-combustible. Here in Ireland, we do it differently. It's black bin, which is like it could be I can never actually remember what's the policies. I swear that it's changed. But it's just like household waste. Like, okay, you change the litter tray, black bin. You have some like non-recyclable stuff, black bin. You know, like say if you have a cardboard box, that goes into recycling. But say if it gets drenched, black bin. You can't recycle it if it's wet. You know, this kind of thing. There's a compost bin. There's some sort of food waste bin, and there's a recycling bin. But no combustible, non-combustible. So, just a difference. Oh, a price tag for goods that lets you tag items for sale and let them sell to visitors. Ooh. House played. Ooh. Honestly, yeah, I'm sorry, this game is just like actually really up my alley. I'm liking it, I'm sorry. It's very nice. Looks like you successfully set up a shared container. By changing the settings of the containers, you can also create containers that can be used as on a priority basis. Containers that only allow items of a certain category to be moved in and out. Try this later when you need to organize the base of supplies. Eat stew. Optional herb. Oh yes, I can make a grinding stone, yeah? Millstone. Stone, string, 2 branches. Vine or thread. These. Look, a herb. Sometimes there are colorful plants growing in the wild. These are called medicinal herbs, or sometimes just herbs, but good for your health if you eat them. Of course, they can be used as seasoning too. If you grind them into a powder using a mortar, they can become ingredients for all kinds of medicines. But don't open your backpack and take a look at the herb you just picked. You'll see effects listed in brackets like hemostatic. These are called item traits. When you craft with them, these characteristics will be carried over to the finished product. For example, if you make a bandage using hemostatic or an antidote herb as an ingredient, exactly, you get it. Each color of herb has different effects, so it's a good idea to collect a whole rainbow of them, colorful in more ways than one. Get it? Colorful? I'm not getting it, but maybe that's a pun that just didn't carry over. Or maybe I'm just not with it. I slept like hell last night. I need 2 more stone, and we need string. The fairy's adorable. Hate to tell you, but someone I want you to meet. Pains me to dampen your enthusiasm as you're eager to settle in your new home, but somebody will eventually learn anyway. This land is certainly yours if you do what you please. For as long as this within territory of Mycelia, every asset on this land, down to the last head of livestock, must be recorded in tax ledger. You'll regularly receive tax bills and be warned those who fall behind under taxes face a grim fate. Well, it's going to be a while yet, don't worry. Just keep developing your home. It's not that long. You've come a good time. I haven't mentioned this, but it's customary to have a frontier inspector in Mycelia colonies. Inspector might sound strict, but no need to worry. More helpers who assist with land's development. Well, if you prefer to live freely without any unnecessary meddling, I can arrange things in Mycelia for you. Just as yours, what say you? The hell. Thought you might say that. In fact, I'd call in an excellent inspector I know for your land. He's a bit difficult in personality, but his work is solid. Allow me to introduce my friend and the finest frontier inspector in Mycelia, Loitel. What is it? A promising land where coins will be flying everywhere instead, so I came. Did I mess here? This is nothing but an unprepared, godforsaken bloody wilderness. Demand a proper explanation, Ashland. I'm a busy man. What's the meaning of this? Why call me to this wilderness full of grass and rocks? Ah, Loitel, perhaps a weary journey has clouded your eyes. A gold mine doesn't just lie on the ground. Indeed, this place is as dull as you say. But have you seen the face of this adventurer standing beside me? He's the reason I've called you here. You're telling me this close-looking adventurer is the gold mine? Yes, that's right. If you insist so much, I suppose you can take on the job. Not particularly enthusiastic, but I owe you and Heya a great deal. But good grief, this really is just a wild land as far as I can see. Normally one would prepare adequately before embarking on a new land, you know? Well, adventurer, you got that? Let me introduce myself again. I'm Loitel, the first-class frontier inspector of Mycelia, also serving as court advisor and financial officer. I like fine Alvena wine and developed efficient development plans, laid in competent pioneers. My experience and knowledge, this land is bound to succeed, though much depends on your effort, of course. Well, do your best. Well, I'll may seem stern, but he's sincere. He will certainly aid in your land's development. If you're not sure about anything regarding the management of your home or life in Tyris, he's one to consult. What is it? Make it quick, I'm busy. Advice on frontier business? Good thinking what you need to know. But the Heartstone. Your land features a mystical stone known as the Heartstone. A spirit stone that, according to ancient covenants, promises the prosperity of your land. The growth of the Heartstone is crucial for developing your base, as it increases the admin power needed to enforce policies, unlock building modes, and prevent enemies from destroying items at your base. To grow the stone, you'll need to accumulate its experience points to maximum. Experience points increase over time even if you do nothing, but can be increased by shipping items or through specific actions of residents. By regularly shipping unwanted items and hiring many residents, experience points will naturally accumulate. Once experience points reach their maximum, stone will automatically level up. One thing to note is as Hearthstone grows, the strength of the enemies that appear at your base will also increase. Struggle with the current enemies attacking your base, it might be wise to enact a growth suppression policy, slow down the stone's growth. Opening business. Whether you're creating a tourist spot or opening a shop, it's obvious that you can't do business without customers. To direct customers to your base, you need to implement the Open for Business policy. When the policy is active, customers will start coming to your base according to how well known your base is. Most customers will stay for a few days, so if you provide beds for them, you'll also earn lodging fees. I have Open for Business policy book in stock as well, so check my wares if you want it. Tourist spot. Your base has a tourism value, which increases by installing displays like figures, cards, and paintings. When tourism value is high, you will receive daily tourism income from visitors. When the income may not seem significant at first with a few displays, it's still a decent source of earnings in the early stages. Running shop. Running shop. You can sell items to customers by attaching price tags to items installed in your base. Like shipping products through a shipping box, this method takes more time but yields greater profits. You can easily make price tags at the Sandboard Workshop, so give it a try if you're interested. Oh, and while at the workshop, you can also make goods stock sign. When an item sells out, a sold out tag is automatically placed in the spot. If there are other items in the same category around the sign, residents will automatically restock the items for you. Here's a useful tip for you. If you put a price tag on a container with items inside, you can sell everything in the container as a bundle. Once all items are sold, the price tag will be removed. However, if you find it troublesome to put the price tag back on, you can leave one unsellable item inside. Block recipes, resident list, faction board, build board. There's a tax policy. There's a peace delivery box. Expensive. Time to make money. Why so glum? There's no need to shrink away. I may feel somewhat tricked by Ashland's persuasive words, but working leisurely surrounded by nature isn't too bad. When you're an inspector of my caliber, works from renowned nobilities in Mycelia come flooding in non-stop. Perhaps my weary soul needed this brief respite in a tranquil meadow. Rest assured, I'm almost grateful to Ashland right now. Under my task diligently, and the future land is practically guaranteed with me in charge. And we must have your plans, but we need to earn some money above all else. Abundant funds are essential to development of a new land. Hot baths, plush beds, and the scent of sweet wine are not what you need right now. First, we enrich this land from its roots. The quickest way to earn money is to ship items from the shipping box. Once you can cultivate fields and harvest crops, it'll become a steady income. Oh, what's with that look? As if you've never heard of a shipping box before. What revelation. There's no shipping box on this land yet. Some sort of primitive era. Here, I'll give you the materials to make one. Craft a shipping box from the workbench and set it on the ground. Remember to use Palanai wood I gave you. Shipping box must have the chic and elegant color of Palanai wood. Won't tolerate anything else, it offends my aesthetic sense. In case you don't know, you can check on an ingredient icon in the crafting screen to change an ingredient. So, nothing to rosewood. Birch is soothing and concerning, but plow is beautiful. Six stamina. A box that ships the items placed inside it. Items sold through the box fetch a higher price than selling it directly at a store, and earn your gold bars based on shipment volume. Really, I thought selling in a store made better. That's what they said a moment ago. Seems like a conflict. The pies in Will's kitchen are the best. Hungry. I know how to make a bar stool. Make it. So I could stick something in here and sell it. Oh, there you are. He's formidable. I wonder if the girl could defeat him. A nicely colored, calming shipping box. Finally, a ray of civilization shines upon this untamed land. Items in the shipping box are automatically collected every morning, and the earnings will be sent directly to you. Ship a good amount of items, and you'll even get some gold bars. I've had a headache, so I'll rest for today, but try throwing some items into the shipping box. Calming. Potions of blindness and confusion. That steam there, I thought it was coming from the potion. I was like, damn. Pleasant smell, eye-catching. The little girl has the higher ground. I'm not sure what to even stick in here, honestly. Nuts. Mushroom. No stone. Just need more stones. Need 4 crafting skill? Jesus. Did tell me to make a torch, yeah? Good, now you've taken your first step as a crafter. So much to learn, but I'll give you a goal now. The goal is build a house on your land by yourself. May sound like a lot of work, but if you can close some space with walls equipped with doors, you can probably call it a house. I'll prepare some housewarming gifts meanwhile. Go ahead and start building your house. Just hungry. Oh, these don't cost any stamina. List of shipped items: 4 bark, so 4. Potion blindness, 24. Confusion, 21. I made 49 orange, and that's nearly halfway to a gold bar. Need 100. Don't know what that's about. And our heart is at what? Gained 0.5%. What I'll make light gloves. She's very hungry. The puppy's an enemy? What? Not fighting the puppy, damn it. Journal of Lutz, Volume 1. Lutz, the former hero. Maybe the title, Journal of Lutz, Volume 1, by Lutz, the former hero. Maybe the title of Former Hero's just a joke all along. Everything I believed in was built on a lie. When I heard the sound of it all collapsing, I thought about leaving this world behind. But then, for some reason, I was struck by the round, innocent eyes of Michan, the gluttonous seal. In them I saw a small glimpse of hope for a paradise, so I decided to aim for the promised land, just the 2 of us. Now I live off the land in remote forest, preparing for the journey ahead. Who this letter, written in a sleepless night, will reach, looking forward to finding out. Lutz, the former hero, in the remote forest. You'll regret this. So fuck guys. Oh no, you lost your companion. There, don't be too upset. Your companion will probably come back to life just fine after a week or so. When a companion dies, temporarily leave your party and get sent back to the base they belong to. So check the base after some time. And if it's pet you got from that girl, Fema, you can talk to her in time to revive it. No, you're feeling sad now, but hang in there. Okay. Last words. No, not like this. Crawl up. Oh dear, Freitoni, how could you die so easily? Or do you even manage to die? But don't worry, I'll bring you back to life as many times as you need. Of course, dying does come with a price. You might drop some of your gold on the spot, stats might decrease, so it's best to avoid it if you can. For the first 90 days after arriving in this land, you won't suffer any penalties from dying. So feel free to take on all sorts of challenges and learn through experience.